Want to learn a better way to wind up that paracord and not end up with a mess like this? Well, large or small, stick with me. I got a better way. Hi, I'm Steve, 84XT. Welcome to Ham Radio Portable. Well, for winding paracord, I've really got two ways. One way is when you're dealing with large quantities of paracord. Just go out to one of your big box stores and pick you up one of these winders. This is like what we get for winding up your drop cords, and I've got probably right there 500 foot of paracord on this one. This is maybe 3/16 paracord, some Dacron rope, and I have them in 150 foot lengths. This is kind of like what we take out to field day. You wind up 150 foot length and then tie it onto the next one loosely. Let me show you. I've got 150 foot laid out on the ground right here, and what I do is just, first of all, I like to mark them. Sometimes I put the amount of in foot, how many feet are on that cord. But just tie your overhand knot, and this does not have to be tight. Do it very loosely, just like that. Okay. From that point, you're just going to wind it in like your drop cord. But what I like to do is kind of put my leg over one of them, give it a little bit of tension, and just wind away. Let's see how fast we can do 150 foot. On this winder. Okay, that's 150 foot. And you're not going to have any tangles. The end's right there. If you got another piece, just put it on there and wind it up. You know, at field day, you got a lot of antenna wires up in the trees, and it takes a while to get it up, but it comes down real fast, and you got multiple people winding up cord different kind of ways. Get you a couple of these. Anybody can just help you out and get that cord wound up, and it'll be ready for the next time that you need it. For my shorter lengths of paracord, lengths of like say 50 foot or under, I've even done it up to 75 foot. I like to wind them up like this, and it has my little tag in with the loop right here. And this is how I go portable with my paracord, and it's easy to deploy. You just grab your loop right here and pull it, and you got a tangle-free way to deploy your paracord, just like that. Let's get over to the table and I'll show you how I wind it up. Testing 1, 2. I'm going to start out here with a very short piece. First thing I do is I just tie any kind of loop. We're not going to use any kind of complicated knots. Just any kind of overhand loop in one end of the paracord. That one actually slips. Okay? And what I do with this is I hook it over my pinky finger and just let it slip down like that. And then I use my thumb and my index finger here as my winding tool. And what I'm doing is just making a figure 8. Just like that. You don't want to go around like this. I'll start over. Hook the loop on my pinky finger. These two fingers just go over one and around the other. Real slow. Figure 8. And after you get the hang of this, you can go a lot faster. I've gotten to where I can go extremely fast with it, and it works real well. Alright, keep going all the way till you get near the end. Figure 8, okay? Once you get the hang of it, you start using both hands to kind of pivot and wind the cord. Okay, this is a 50-foot length here, longer than I thought. Okay, a 50-foot length. I'm gonna leave about 3 foot or so. Slide it off your fingers, your finger and your thumb. Okay, and you've got that tag in. Okay, just kind of squeeze it a little bit. And from that point, I go to the side with the tag, and that's where I take this end and I start winding around. The first coil goes back over the other one and then comes back. And then at this point, if you want to make it real neat, that's what you do. Keep winding just like that. Keep nice coils. This is very old paracord here that I'm replacing, but and then take your last coil and tuck it under, just like that. Again, I'm going to put the loop over my pinky finger, and using my index finger and thumb, I like to start it out real slow over my thumb and then figure 8 back around. And once you get started, you get the feel of it where you can go faster. And as you get to going faster, you'll also start moving this hand. When I get towards the end, I like to leave about 4 foot of line to wrap the coil. Just slip it off the fingers again and off your pinky, and using the side where the loop is, that's where I start wrapping my coil around it. Wrap one coil over the other when you get started. That kind of locks it in. And just keep winding. Make it nice and neat if you like. Tuck that last coil over, and there you have it. Doesn't come apart in your pack, stays packed really well. You're ready to go. Let's look at another handy way you can use your paracord when it's wound up like this to deploy it. This is my method that I use when I deploy my paracord. I pull out, say, about 3 or 4 foot and tie it on to whatever end I'm tying on to. For ham radio, it's going to be the end of an antenna wire. But this could be, if you're out backpacking, a clothesline. And the tree that I want to tie onto is in that direction. I just take my rope bundle, it's tied on, and just throw it in the direction I need to go. Okay, I'm tied off on that end, and the tree I want to go to is in this direction. So what I do is I've got 6 foot or so pulled off, just give it a throw. And now your cord is at the other end, ready to tie off on that tree or whatever you have. Well, there you have it. 2 ways I use to keep my paracord in check. Whether it's the big long lengths that you want to put on a roll like this, or the short ones. Works for camping, backpacking, in our case ham radio. I really like this method. So if you've made it this far, how about hitting that like and subscribe button? Share it out with somebody. I bet you know somebody that's got a paracord mess. We'll see you next time. 73.